Good day, class. I remain your amiable host on Elite Pitch, Aken David. Today we shall be considering an important subject matter, and it is tagged thermometer. To this regard, we shall be considering the different types of thermometer with respect to thermometric substances, fixed points of thermometer, and lastly, the concept of evaporation and boiling. Thermometer as a device used to measure the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Thermometric substances are substances that change in proportion to temperature. There are a good number of constraints that are being considered with respect to different types of thermometer. 1. Liquid and gas thermometer. The thermometric substance with respect to this are liquids or alcohol. The physical property being considered is the change in volume with temperature. 2. Constant volume gas thermometer. The thermometric substance is gas, of which the physical property being considered with respect to this is change in pressure with temperature. 3. Thermoelectric thermometer. The thermometric substance with respect to this are two different metals, that is to say, iron and copper. The property with respect to this is change in potential difference due to temperature difference. 4. We have resistance thermometer. To this regard, the thermometric substance is resistance wire, and the property being considered is change in resistance with temperature. And lastly, bimetallic thermometer. The thermometric substance are two dissimilar metals, that is brass and iron, of which the property being considered with respect to this is differential expansion of two metals of bimetallic strips. Advantages of mercury as a thermometric substance. Mercury does not wet glass. Mercury responds quickly to slight change in temperature. The liquid do not vaporize easily. Mercury is opaque, that is to say, light cannot just pass through easily. To this regard, it can be seen easily. And lastly, it has regular or uniform expansion. But that does not just say it doesn't have its own disadvantage as a thermometric substance, of which one of the disadvantages is mercury is expensive. Mercury cannot be used to measure very low temperature because of its freezing point, which is -39 degrees Celsius. Advantages of alcohol as a thermometric substance. Alcohol is less expensive than mercury. It has larger expansion on heat than mercury, that is, it expands 6 times more than heat. It can be used to measure very low temperature. It also has its own disadvantages. 1. It is not opaque, that is to say, light can easily pass through, of which when it has to be used, it has to be colored. It vaporizes easily. It wets glass. It has an irregular expansion point. It has low boiling point of 78 degrees Celsius. Constant gas thermometer. It gives more accurate measurements of temperature than any other thermometer. It is very sensitive and has wider range of temperature. Disadvantages of constant volume gas thermometer. It is very expensive, so require handling with special care. It is cumbersome. Fixed points of thermometer. Fixed point of thermometer are the reference points, usually upper and lower fixed points. These are meant to be chosen with respect to calibration of thermometer. The upper fixed points refers to the temperature of steam from pure water at normal atmospheric pressure. Lower fixed points refers to the temperature of mixture of pure ice and water at normal pressure. Fundamental interval is the interval between the upper fixed points and the lower fixed points. As you can see, 100 degrees Celsius and 0 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Celsius being the upper fixed points and 0 degrees Celsius being the lower fixed points. 373 Kelvin being the upper fixed points, while 273 being the lower fixed point in Kelvin. 212 degree Fahrenheit as the upper fixed points and 32 degree Fahrenheit as the lower fixed points. Water as a universal solvent, but there are some peculiarities that makes water unusable as a thermometric liquid, of which one is that it's wet glass. They are colorless, they do not expand uniformly. It has small range of temperature between 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. To this regard, we shall be considering clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is used to measure human body temperature. The body temperature ranges between 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. It is advisable to sterilize a clinical thermometer in boiling water because of its short range of 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. It is not advisable to sterilize a clinical thermometer in boiling water because of its short range of temperature between 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, which can result into cracking, that is, breaking of the thermometer due to excessive expansion of mercury. And as well, it can result into the malfunctioning of the thermometer due to overexpansion of the capillary tube and the mercury inside the bulb. And lastly, we shall be considering evaporation and boiling. Evaporation is a process where liquid turns into vapor below 8 boiling points. Evaporation takes place at all temperature. Wind assists evaporation. On the other hand, boiling is a change of liquid to vapor at boiling points. It occurs throughout the entire volume of the liquid. Wind has no effect on boiling. To this regard, we've come to the end of this class. See you in the next class. Thank you.